So what if your LinkedIn profile could actually do the heavy lifting for you? In this explainer, we are going to build the ultimate blueprint for that unicorn professional. You know, the one who perfectly bridges the gap between high finance and data science. Our goal here is simple, to turn your profile into an absolute magnet for the best recruiters in the game. Let's dive in.
Okay, this is the core problem, right? You've got this incredible hybrid skill set. You're part CFA, part data scientist, but on a platform that is just flooded with generalists. How do you make that value pop? How do you signal it instantly? Well, that's exactly the puzzle we're going to solve together.
You know, it really all comes down to the 5-second test. Seriously, that's about how long a recruiter spends deciding if your profile is even worth a second glance. In that tiny, tiny window of time, your banner and your headline are pretty much the only tools you've got, so let's make them count.
Now, most people just see their banner as, a pretty picture, and that is a huge mistake. Think of it as prime real estate for SEO. It's your personal billboard. By embedding your most important keywords right here, you're signaling your expertise before a recruiter even reads a single word of your profile.
And this slide right here just shows the transformation perfectly. I mean, look at the before. Finance professional. It's so vague. It's forgettable. Now, look at the after. That's not a title. It's a story. It instantly screams your hybrid identity. It lists your elite credentials, CFA and IITM, and it tells them your exact value, using machine learning for alpha generation. I mean, come on, that headline is a recruiter's dream. Okay, so you've passed that 5-second test. You've hooked them. Now we've got to deliver on that promise. In the About and Experience sections, well, that's where you build the story that proves you are the real deal.
This opening line for your About section, it is so powerful. And the magic phrase here is bridge the gap. It immediately frames you as the solution, right? The person who connects these two incredibly valuable but often separate worlds. That simple phrase becomes your entire value proposition.
So right after that strong opening, you hit them with the proof. You lay it all out, structuring your skills into these 3 pillars: financial analysis, data science, and domain applications makes your whole skill set instantly scannable. A recruiter gets it in like 2 seconds. It's clean, it's concise, and boy, is it effective.
All right, here's a little secret for taking your experience section from good to great. You have to show results, not just duties. This simple 3-step formula turns your bullet points from a boring list of tasks into a story of your impact. You're not just saying what you did, you're proving the value you created. And trust me, that makes all the difference.
You've told a great story. Now it's time to back it up with cold, hard evidence. This is where we bring in the receipts, your credentials, and most importantly, your project work. This whole section is about proving everything you've just claimed.
Now, it's really important to list your credentials strategically in both the education and the certification sections. And no, that's not a mistake. It's a tactic. This repetition makes sure that your top-tier qualifications, like the CFA and the IIT Madras diploma, are super visible and get picked up by LinkedIn's algorithms no matter where a recruiter is looking.
Let's just pause here for a second, because for any quant or data-heavy role, this might be the single most important section on your entire profile. Your experience section says you had a job. Your project section proves you can actually do the work. You got to think of it as your live portfolio. So we'll start with a classic. This is a project that every single quant recruiter is looking for: an algorithmic trading strategy. This immediately signals your expertise in quant finance. And by listing the tech stack, you're giving them concrete proof of your hands-on Python skills. It shows you can build and backtest financial models.
Okay, for project number 2, you want to showcase a different but equally valuable skill set. A credit risk model is perfect for this. It proves you can apply machine learning to solve real-world risk problems, and it highlights those in-demand skills, like feature engineering, which is basically the art of picking the right data to make your models smarter.
And finally, a third project should really position you as being on the cutting edge. Analyzing market sentiment from alternative data is a fantastic way to do that. By using natural language processing, or NLP, you're showing you can pull insights out of messy stuff like news articles and social media. This tells recruiters you're not just current, you're ahead of the curve.
All right, with your story and your proof all locked in, let's fine-tune the engine that actually helps recruiters find you in the first place, the skills section. And trust me, the order here is way more important than you think.
It is so easy to overlook this, but the order of your skills makes a massive difference for LinkedIn's search algorithm. Your top 3 to 5 skills carry the most weight.
So by pinning Quantitative Finance, Financial Modeling, and Python right to the top, you are sending a crystal clear signal to both the algorithm and to recruiters about where your real expertise lies. So, the blueprint is complete. Your profile is built. It's solid. But a perfect building is useless if nobody ever visits. So in this final section, we're going to cover the steps that turn your static profile into an active, opportunity-generating magnet.
Let's talk about those final professional touches that make all the difference. A custom URL, it just looks polished and it reinforces your brand. A targeted recommendation that specifically talks about your hybrid skills is worth more than 10 generic ones. And finally, tapping into your networks from the CFA and IATM programs for endorsements gives you that all-important social proof. Honestly, the best way to think about this is to treat your entire profile like it's a web page, and recruiters are using it like a search engine. To rank at the top, you need smart SEO. And that just means weaving your most important keywords naturally and consistently through every single section. Your headline, your summary, your experience, everywhere.
And here you go. This is your cheat sheet. These are the high-value keywords that recruiters are plugging into their search bars every single day. You need to make sure these terms show up multiple times all across your profile. That consistency is what gets you found.
And with that, construction is officially done. You have a powerful, fully optimized profile ready to go. But a profile is a tool, right? And a tool is meant to be used. So let's talk about putting this thing to work.
The final step is to really bring your profile to life. A linked GitHub profile is absolutely non-negotiable for quant roles. It is the ultimate proof of your coding skills. Following your target companies and joining the right groups puts you right in the middle of the conversation. And sharing your own insights on your feed, that elevates you from just another professional to a thought leader in your niche.
So there you have it, the complete blueprint to position yourself as a true specialist in a world of generalists. Your profile is now primed and ready to attract the exact opportunities you're looking for. The only question left is, what are you going to build with it?